Good morning, my delightful things. Welcome back to the Cavern of Secrets. I hope everyone is doing amazing and had a great week. I do apologize, we are going to get into something controversial and kind of a hot button issue. Many people are torn on cancel culture. Some people are for it, some people are against it, some people are in the middle. I might get into trouble with this, but it's a topic I've wanted to talk about. Cancel culture started recently, I want to say in the last 5, maybe 6 years. Many of you have heard of it, some may not know what it is. From my understanding, cancel culture is the canceling of people or media that should be held accountable. Which sounds like a great thing. You know, people should be held accountable for things that they've said or some of their actions. However, people are canceling others based on a difference of opinion. If someone doesn't like another person in the real world, we tend to avoid them. So why is it that we can't do that with celebrities? An example for me is Chris Brown. I know this might be surprising since I love Ice Nine Kills and Motionless, so how the frick can I go to Chris Brown? But I like a wide range of music. Delta blues, R&B, classical, a tiny bit of opera, mostly symphonic metal, but they are opera singers, but I listen to a wide range. Back in the day, I loved Chris Brown's music. I loved his dance moves. However, when the news came out that he beat up Rihanna, I refused to listen to his music or buy any of his music. I won't even go to his concerts. That's my choice. Other people don't feel that way. So why can't we do that with everything? I don't agree with some politicians and what they say, so should they be canceled? There's a YouTuber who claims some oh my god, I can't talk today. Misogynistic things, yet teenage boys are idolizing him. Should he be canceled? If so, then why isn't he? The music producer that Kesha came out about is still holding contracts of singers. He's not canceled. So how does cancel culture work if people aren't being held accountable for their actions and what they say? People who are terrible people are still making money, and only a small group are held accountable. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, we honestly don't know who they are personally. We only know from what we've heard and from the court case. That's all we know. So how are we supposed to make a judgment on their careers? I mean, first people blamed Johnny and canceled him, and then it was Amber. So you keep flipping sides till you find one that seems right to you, but you still ruined people's careers in the process. And honestly, in my opinion on the two, I think they're both guilty. From what I've heard on both of them, I think they're both guilty. But that doesn't mean I think they both should be canceled. They both have a right to make a living. I think they're just both toxic individuals and they brought out the worst in each other. That's all I know. I honestly wish we could go back to the 90s where if we didn't like something, we just didn't watch it or buy it. We made the decisions for ourselves. We didn't have a whole bunch of people telling us what we should watch, what we shouldn't watch. What happened to those days? I mean, celebrities are being canceled for things they said 10, 15, 20 years ago. I don't know about any of you, but I'm certainly not the same as I was 10 years, 15 years ago, even 20. I mean, I said some stupid stuff when I was a kid because I didn't understand. I was just following what my peers were spewing at me, and I didn't want to be made fun of any more than I already was. So I followed along. Is that right? No. Is it wrong? Absolutely. But I didn't understand it back then. I do now. I'm a totally different person now. I've grown up. We're all going to have different opinions and beliefs. It's what makes us unique and keeps the world interesting. In real life, people are going to think differently. So should they get fired? Because that's the same thought pattern. Someone you work with might be of a different political side than you. They might be a Republican and you're a Democrat, or vice versa. Should they be fired? Should you be fired? Because you're not going to see eye to eye. Someone you work with might have a difference in opinion about the climate, the world. Should they be fired? Should you, for thinking differently than them? I don't think so. That's how cancel culture is. People getting fired because we don't agree with them. It sounds silly if you really think about it, because a lot of these people that should be held accountable aren't being held accountable. So therefore, it just seems like it's opinions of people that we have. Yes, I think people should be held accountable for their actions and things that they say, but it doesn't seem to happen that often. I mean, we have evidence against some of these people, yet they're not canceled. Their careers aren't ruined. I mean, we don't know all the details, which I think is a big issue. Because we don't know all the details of what happened, we shouldn't be hurting their careers when we don't know everything. We're not told everything. We're told one side or the other, but only aspects of them. I mean, I heard some pretty nasty things that Marilyn Manson did, and he's not canceled. Michael Jackson was canceled because there was speculation that he did something, but he wasn't alive to defend himself. And all of the trials that were held, he was found innocent for. So, should he be canceled? It seems everyone is guilty until proven innocent, which is wrong. And if you really look at the ones that made the documentary, and you actually look at them personally, I don't think they were credible. But that's my opinion. And that's my problem with cancel culture. It's all based on opinion. Your opinion of someone. What you think is right or wrong. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to help anything. Instead, it just makes us fight and cause so many issues. Let me know your thoughts on this, though, in the comments below. I'm sorry to kind of go on a tirade and rant about this. But like I said, it is a controversial issue, and it's something that has bothered me, because I honestly was for cancel culture up until I realized people with actual hardened evidence against them aren't being held accountable, which is what I thought cancel culture was. So let me know your thoughts on it, and if you agree or disagree, what your thoughts are on it completely, whatever you want to share on the topic, go right ahead. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around to the end. Later tonight, I'll be reviewing a classic horror story, which is available on Netflix if you haven't seen it. It's an Italian horror movie, but it's dubbed in English, so if you don't want to read subtitles, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to. Next week, I will be sharing my writing process and sharing some tips to help anybody that is interested in giving writing a try. If you can't wait for that, click the bell icon to never miss a video. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and take care until next time. Bye, everyone. Oh, and stay warm. It's gonna be really cold, at least in New England. I don't know about the other parts of the country, but stay warm. Bye, everyone.